What's up, WordPress Warriors? It's Patrick Gallagher, and today is Friday, January 3rd, 2020. Happy 2020, everybody. In this video, we're going to be covering as quickly as we can a number of updates that we've been rolling out over the last week or so, and catch you up on some things to expect next week and the following week, and hopefully answer a few questions that some of you have had sort of lingering. So first things first, if you are watching this and you were one of the LTD purchasers, one of the lifetime deal purchasers, you should have gotten a survey earlier this week. If you did not get the survey, but you already had been onboarded by us or you'd already had us set up a server for you, then you can disregard that. But if you have not already been onboarded, if you've not already gotten your bonuses and you did not receive the survey on Monday, please do reach out to us on support. We will direct you to the form. You can also find it on both the Self-Managed WordPress group and the GridPane Facebook page. One of the things that we promised we would do is publish as many of the stats out of these surveys as we possibly can and be as democratic as possible. And so over 100 of you have already weighed in and said that, yes, we should potentially offer maybe 10 more accounts, 10 more of these last chance LTDs, with provisos being no bonuses and higher pricing. It looks like we are going to go ahead and do that, but based on other feedback that we've gotten from people who are really interested in getting in, we're going to wait on that. And so it's probably going to be another month, 2 months. We'll have a small handful of additional accounts that we will release, and then that will be it for all of the lifetime deal insanity, okay? So again, make sure if you have not filled out the survey, check your email or ping support, and please do fill out the survey, okay? So I'm going to run through just as quickly as I can. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's dropped recently, and there's a whole bunch of updates, some of which are really obvious inside of the platform, some of which are not. If you go to the self-managed group, you will find that there's a thread about the premium plugins and themes for developer accounts. We've published the list of those, and we've also published a please don't swamp our support with the requests for that. Right now, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to actually ping support, and then we will direct you to a form where you put in your name, email address, the URL where you want the plugins and theme to go, and then we need you to also describe your specific use case for whatever it is that you're requesting, and then we need you to check some boxes that make sure that we know that you know that there's no support included with those things, and that if you do need support of any kind, even community support, we highly recommend that you purchase your own license from that plugin or theme developer, and that you support their work and that you support the communities that are built up around their work. And so that's one big thing. A couple things that are inside the platform that you won't see easily. We've made some ModSec security or ModSec firewall improvements. We've also added some ModSec documentation and a ModSec video walkthrough. That should be inside the knowledge base. We've made some CertBot renewal configuration checks and certification checks. Those are going to fix some issues that people had with their Let's Encrypt certificates sort of failing because there was a sort of a breakdown with the CertBot project and how they were handling things. We've got that rolling now. Something that should be visible inside the UI is we've made some Teams updates. So your team members, if they could not previously see the logs, the error logs, and they couldn't diagnose problems, that should be resolved. Oh, one thing that is visible inside the UI that will help a lot of you serious developers that have lots and lots of sites is we've added pagination, okay? And so if you have anything close to 100 sites like me, you'll really like this. We've also made some specific changes inside of the interface so that even if you're not using the pagination or you have the pagination set very, very high, you're still going to notice significant speed up across the entire application. And also your search functionality works with the pagination as well. So if you have search results and there's more than 10 of those or more than 25 of those, they will be paginated, okay? So that's pretty cool. We've got a whole bunch of CLI documentation that we've completed. I think we have something like 40 commands fully documented now. Those are going to be, I think we're going to just have those as a PDF for right now, because if we put them in the knowledge base, it's sort of all over the place and it's kind of difficult to figure out what you would be searching for. So we're going to have a form for you to be able to download those. We want to have a form in between you and that PDF so that we have some record of basically who's using the CLI so that we can hopefully unpack problems as they present themselves. Okay, I think that's all I have right here. There's some cool strategic partnerships that we've formed in the last week that we've just gotten confirmation on. So there's going to be some really interesting, cool new stuff that we can do for all of you, not just the people who got the lifetime deal. Can't talk about that just yet. The last thing I want to talk about, last couple things I want to talk about, again, I already mentioned that the domain name changes are not done yet, but they should be coming as early as the end of next week, possibly the following week. But remote backups are back in the system. Now, there's a couple catches and provisos with that. Number one, it's only available for developer users right now. And number two, you have to jump through two particular hoops, okay? The first one, the best way to do it is to build a brand new server outright with no sites on it, no existing data on it, and then contact support and request that we upgrade that box, okay? The other option for you is that you can take an existing box, so long as it is not a plaid box, and you can request that we update that box directly. Now, here's the catch. In either case, we are going to be deleting all of the local backups that exist on that server. So obviously with a brand new server, there's no data there, there's no risk of data loss. With the existing server, because we're changing the entire platform, we're changing off of an open source utility called Borg to a paid application called Duplicacy. Because we're making that shift, all of the local backups have to go away as well, because the local backups then push to the remote backups, okay? So you're going to be checking boxes that says, I understand that you're going to be deleting all of my backups. I understand that I need to have third-party backups at a remote location. And yes, I have chosen to export multiple backups of my existing sites, and I've downloaded them for my own safekeeping, okay? Now, obviously, you can lie and just check all those boxes and say, go ahead and nuke my stuff, but then that way you won't then be able to come back to us and say, hey, why'd you delete all my stuff, okay? So that is, that's available right now. Again, it's available for developer users only, and it's available only through the CLI, and so that's why we're handling it right now. As early as next week, we're going to give still developers access to a form where you can still lie to us if you want, or hopefully tell the truth. Check those three boxes, and then we'll just give you an exact walkthrough so you can do all of that on your own servers. And then in the long run, what we're going to do is just automatically have all new servers built with that system, and then you don't have to request anything. It'll just happen. And so over time, your existing servers will get their old databases or their old backups purged by us or by yourself, and all of your new servers will just automatically have the new remote offsite backups to any S3 compatible source, okay? So I know all of you are going to have a lot of questions on that. Please be patient with us on that. Also, one final thing, Update Safely is going to be re-released next week. Some of you are already dev testing it right now inside your developer accounts. We've got some final tweaks going in there that I think are going to make the difference and make it just a much more reliable platform for us, a much more reliable tool for this platform. But yeah, so that's going to be next week. I think that's all I have right now. Hopefully, again, by next week, we'll have a more comprehensive sort of written out breakdown of all of these things. But we want to try and get domains done as quickly as we can, get a couple more things into this overall update, and then start focusing on everything that we have set forth for ourselves as Q1 objectives, okay? So thank you all for your time. Thank you for your patience. I know some of you have been waiting many weeks for some of these updates. And again, thanks to all of you for supporting us, for coming with us on this journey. We're looking forward to really kicking ass and taking names in 2020 for you, for the platform, for the tool that we're trying to build for all of our sanities, hopefully. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Again, happy 2020. We'll talk to you next week. Cheers.